Hello, everyone. It is 4 o'clock on Wednesday, and I just got out of my certification class. We have next week off. This week was a practicum test, which means we got to practice in front of the instructor coaching. So it's really fun. It's really great. It's great to watch other people and just really learn. I just love to learn things. Today I just wanted to just get way back to basics here. Let's jump all the way back and talk about separating facts from thoughts or circumstances from beliefs, right? So a circumstance is something that happens to us. It's something totally factual, right? It's a neutral circumstance. It's just a fact of the world. So it's something that happens to us. It is like where we live, what other people say, just a circumstance. The weather is a circumstance, things that happen. The pandemic, it is a circumstance, right? A medical diagnosis is a circumstance. It can go in what I call the C line of the model that I teach. And so often when we're thinking about our lives and talking about our lives or whatever, we tell things in stories. We speak our thoughts as if they're just the facts of the situation. Like, I hate my job. You could say, oh, I hate my job. Like, it's a fact. You just tell me like it's just comes upon you that you hate your job, right? But that's really a thought. It's just simply a thought. Or my friend is disrespectful to me, or my coworker is disrespectful. You think that's just true. But the reality is that's just your thought about it. That's the story that you're telling about your coworker. If you say like, I can't leave my job. I don't know, we're focused on jobs today, I guess. I don't know. If you say, I can't leave my job, that's just a thought you're having. You think it's a fact, right? I have to do this thing. I have to clean my house. I have to take care of my kids. I have to go to this job. All of those things are just thoughts. I hate my body. It's just a thought. So when we start to separate circumstances or facts from our thoughts about them, we want to like evaluate on this criteria. A circumstance is anything that the whole world could agree on. It's something that could be argued in a court of law to be true, right? And then we have thoughts about them. We have beliefs. So a belief is just a thought we've been thinking over and over and over and over again. Like, I have a belief that most people should be kind to each other, right? That's not a fact. Not everyone in the world could agree on that. But when I recognize that, yeah, that's my belief, that's just a thought I have, then it's like, oh, okay, I like it. I like my reasons for thinking that, and it's okay. So just recognizing and being aware of what our thoughts are is so important. It doesn't mean you need to change your thought. It doesn't mean you need to change your beliefs on things. It just means you want to notice that those are your beliefs. The minute we're born, probably before we're born, we're being programmed with the thoughts and beliefs of everyone around us, right? Our starts out with our parents and our siblings and whoever's right there in our own tiny little bubble, right? When we're born, we have this tiny little bubble of people. And then we get a little older and maybe we go to daycare or start going to school, and then we have peers, and then we have teachers. And then we get a little bit older, and influences like the media, what we're watching on TV, what we hear our parents talking about, or what's going on around us, and we're like little sponges, and we're soaking in all those everybody else's thoughts and feelings and beliefs, and we're like listening, and we're ingraining them into ourselves. And when you're an adult, so often we're just on autopilot. Like, you may have a belief about money that you just grew up with, like money is abundant, money is everywhere, or you may think money is scarce and I have to work hard for my money, right? All of those are just thoughts and beliefs. So I want to offer to you to really start questioning everything. Everything. Question everything around you. Question all your beliefs. Right? Why do I believe that thing? Ask yourself why 5 times. Why do I believe that? Oh, why is that important to me? Oh, that's interesting. So what's important to me about that? And just keep digging in to get to what do I truly believe? Is it something that just my parents taught me to believe, or I picked up along the way? Right? You may have a belief that your sibling was the smart one in the family and you were the funny one. Right? Think about it. How do you label? How do you label people? How do you label your family members? And is it true? Right? So start questioning all those thoughts you have, all those beliefs you have, and ask yourself, okay, would everyone in the world agree that this is the truth? Like, oh, I'm such a procrastinator, you might say. It's like, no, it's not a gene that you were born with, the procrastination gene, right? It's a thought that you've been thinking, that you've told yourself is true. But not everyone in the world would agree on it, right? You couldn't prove it in a court of law. Now, you could say, I had a deadline for a project in 6 weeks, and I started the project the night before and completed it. Then you can label yourself a procrastinator, or someone else might say, that's perfect. You got it done. That's awesome. So just start questioning. What are the facts of my situation, of the story I'm telling myself? What are the facts of my family dynamics, especially right before the holidays, right? What are the facts, and what's my story about it? What have I been telling myself? What do I believe about this? And is it true? Right? And then you can say to yourself, okay, all right, so this is my belief, and I like my reasons. And I like the results I get when I have this belief or when I think this thought. I like my results. And great. And then now you know that you can think that thought intentionally, or hold on to this belief intentionally. You're creating the results that you want. Beautiful. But if you come to a realization that, oh my goodness, that is just a thought that I've been thinking for so long, I thought it was true, and I see how it's creating this result in my life that I'm not really happy with, now I get to decide, do I want to keep believing that? Do I want to keep thinking that thought? Or do I want to really challenge it? Do I want to change my thoughts? And it's not easy. It can be easy. It can be like in an instant. You can change your thought. Once you're aware of it and what it's creating in your life, you can change it in an instant, but sometimes it takes time. Okay? We can get into brain chemistry, neural pathways, and all the things. But sometimes it takes practice to really start changing our thoughts, because our brain wants to go to that thought that we've been thinking repeatedly that we thought was a fact and it was true. And now we realize, oh, that's not a truth. That's not a truth. That's not a fact. Right? So many fascinating things that you can just explore. I think your feelings, your thoughts and feelings about other people, it's really helpful to separate the facts from your story about it. As we get into the time of year when normally we're getting together with family members that maybe we only see once a year. I know this year may be a little different. You get to decide who you're going to interact with and who you're not going to interact with. But therein lies another opportunity for you to examine your thoughts about somebody else and the things that they say to you. So perhaps you tell your parents, hey, listen, I'm uncomfortable. I don't want to get together. I'm uncomfortable about health issues and the pandemic and everything. And I think it's best if we don't get together to celebrate, but I love you, and I'm happy with my reasons. So you decide what your reasons are and decide that you're happy with them, right? And then your parent gets to choose how they're going to think and feel about your decision and what they're going to do from there. And they may say things, and then we often have a story that, oh, that person is always guilt tripping me. Like, no, they get to say whatever they want to say, and we get to decide what we think and feel about it. Right? We don't have to feel guilty. We can certainly, you can choose that if you want. I personally don't like the feeling of guilty, feeling guilty. So I'm eliminating that from my feelings list of my daily feelings. You can feel sad. You can be like, yeah, I'm super sad that we're not going to have our annual Christmas party this year. It makes me really sad. Totally fine. Just know that you're choosing it, right? And then you can feel sad, and you don't have to make it mean anything. Like, oh, I'm wrong for not joining in on the annual celebration, or whatever it is you might think. So those are some of my thoughts for you today. Let's see, I'm just going to peek in here. Again, so hard to see what's going on, or if anyone's posted a question. Yeah, there's a lot of things different going on this year. There's a lot of things that are the same for a lot of people. There's a lot of things different this year. And I recognize that's my thought. It's my thought about it. What are the facts? What is different, right? We often hold on to our stories. And yeah, let's see. So yeah, the thought, my parents are mad at me because we're not getting together for Christmas, that's just your thought. Unless they say, I'm mad at you for not joining in the Christmas party. Again, that's just words that come out of their mouth. That is a fact, it's a circumstance, and you get to choose how you're going to think and feel about that. Right? You can think, oh, well, it's too bad that mom and dad are mad, or said that they're mad at me. Probably it's more they're hurt. They wish things were different. So they're mad that you're not coming over for Christmas, right? And they get to be mad if they want to be mad. Right? We don't have to feel guilty or be upset. We don't even have to feel sad. We can say like, oh, so interesting that mom and dad are making this mean something about our relationship, instead of, hey, let's all be safe with COVID, or whatever it is. Maybe you just don't want to travel. Like, maybe you don't want to drive 2 hours for this Christmas celebration, or whatever it is. And you just make a decision. Oh, I like my reasons. I'm not going over to parents' house. And then they just get to be mad. And you can be like, yeah, sorry you're mad. Yeah, but I don't feel guilty. You don't have to feel guilty. Guilt is not an obligation. You feel guilt when you think you're obligated to do something. It's optional, right? It's just a thought. It's not a circumstance. It's not a fact that you think you're obligated. Obligation is not a fact. It's your thought or a feeling. Such good stuff, you guys. That's the number one thing. If I can just help you, or you just decide and start questioning all of your long held thoughts and beliefs and deciding, is this a fact? Or is this just my thought? Is this a belief that I've held on to? And just start separating, always separating the story, your beliefs, your story, your thoughts, from what's the actual true facts that everyone in the world would agree upon, that you could argue in a court of law, right? So lots of good stuff there. I just want you to think about that. So thanks so much for popping in. I will see you. I will be here next week at 4 o'clock. And ask me any questions. Send me any questions. This is kind of a hard concept to grasp sometimes. Unless you really work at it. It takes a lot of awareness. And even master coaches get coached on their own stories. Because when you're in it, when you're deep in it and you're deep in your thoughts and your beliefs and the circumstances that are happening around you, it's very difficult. That's what a coach is for, to help you see your own mind and see your own thinking and become aware. So I just had an amazing breakthrough today. I was being coached and I had a great breakthrough because I had that coach there who listened, kind of reflected some of my thinking back to me, and it was just this amazing, like the clouds parted, the angels sung, and I am so ready to dive into that thing that I got coached on. So very good. It's awesome to become aware. So love you guys. That's it for now. I will see you later. Bye-bye.